world to stories here at home. This is the National News Broadcast. A pleasant evening. I'm Bilanjali Ananda.
A very good evening indeed. I'm Charita Minprarachi. Let's move on to the headlines for tonight's news.
16 people die and 3 have gone missing due to prevailing inclement weather condition. The largest stock of COVID vaccine received so far brought to the country. The President says cooperation between member countries of the BIMSTEC should be enhanced to identify regional challenges and for development. 1.34 million Samurdhi families have been given the 5,000 rupee allowance.
On to those and other stories in detail now, and starting off with local stories. The Disaster Management Center says that 16 persons have died and 3 have gone missing due to the inclement weather condition. 5 people in the Kegol district, 2 in the Ratnapura district and another 2 in the Gampaha district have died due to inclement weather condition. 1 person each has died in Colombo, Puttalam, Kaluthara and Galle districts. People in 84 divisional secretariat areas in 10 districts have been affected. The Disaster Management Center said that more than 245,000 persons in 60,674 families have been affected. 14 houses have been completely damaged and 817 houses have been partially damaged. People in the area paid their last respects this morning to the remains of the 4 persons in the same family who died yesterday due to a landslide at Mavanella, Devanagala area. Father, mother, son and the daughter of the same family died following a landslide yesterday morning. The body of the student who went missing in floods on the 3rd near Hamilton Canal at Maravilla, Ihelakadu, however, area was found today. The body of a person who went to bath in Pinnoy, which flows through Yakwilla, Konguda, has found yesterday by the people in the area. The deceased is a 28-year-old individual who was living at Konguda area. Vehicle movement at the Kaluthara district has been affected due to floods in the area. Several places on Kaluthara-Horana main road have submerged due to floods. "38 spill gates at Attanagalu Oya, Deer Alley Oya and Urwal Oya were opened today to minimize floods affecting to the Gampaha district. Several places on Kaduvilla-Hangwala road have submerged due to inclement weather. Navagamu police launched an operation using lifeboats to rescue the people affected by floods. "26 houses at Kaluthara Millaniya Kurugoda area have submerged. Minister Rohitha Abhegunawardena has visited the area this morning to provide relief to the people. Kaduvilla exit of the Colombo Outer Circle Expressway has been temporarily closed due to overflowing of Kalani River. A person in Angruvathite Police Division of the Kaluthara districts have gone missing due to floods at Kannavilla area. Vehicle movement on Kegol Bulat-Kohopidi road was temporarily suspended after an earth mound collapsed on the road. Several low-lying areas of Dompe Divisional Secretariat area in the Gampaha districts have gone underwater. 1,158 persons belonging to 290 families have been affected. The Divisional Secretariat is providing with them dry rations. People living closer to Pamunagama, Uspatikeyava have been affected by the inclement weather. People in the area have charged their houses were gone underwater due to the rainwater management gates built at Hegitta, the Kovita in 2018. Navy rescue teams have rescued 27 people affected by floods in Jayala area and they have been sent to safe areas.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says that cooperation between the member states of BIMSTEC should be further enhanced to identify challenges and for development. The President has said that all member countries of the BIMSTEC should act in unity for the prosperity of people and peace. This has been stated in the message issued by the President in connection with the 24th anniversary of the organization. Sri Lanka is a founder member of the BIMSTEC organization. As the present chairman of the organization, Sri Lanka held 8 main meetings, including the 17th BIMSTEC ministerial meetings. As a result, it was possible for the member countries to collectively compile BIMSTEC Charter to agree on a streamline sections and subsections of the BIMSTEC, to sign a memorandum of understanding on cooperation between diplomatic training institutes and colleges of the member states. The President in his message said that Sri Lanka expects to hold the 5th BIMSTEC summit in the latter part of the year, depending on controlling the COVID pandemic and relaxing the travel restrictions by the member countries. Foreign Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that BIMSTEC organization has made a large contribution for the stability and prosperity of the region during the last 24 years. Issuing a message in connection with the 24th anniversary of the BIMSTEC, he has pointed out that the world is near a major economic and social crisis due to the destruction caused to human life by the COVID pandemic. Therefore, the Foreign Minister has emphasized that the BIMSTEC organization should perform an important role for the economic revival with expertise and cooperation of member countries.
And here's a local update of the COVID-19 pandemic situation. 1 million doses of Sinopharm vaccine were brought to the country this morning. State Minister ChannelEye Rupavahini said that it is the largest stock of vaccine received by Sri Lanka at once. State Pharmaceutical Corporation has purchased a stock of vaccine and stored the vaccines at Colombo Central Storage Complex. State Minister ChannelEye Rupavahini said that Sinopharm vaccine was given for the first time on the 8th of May for Sri Lankans. Arrangements have been made to give the second dose for the persons who were given the first dose. The immunity will build up once the second dose is given. Therefore, it is essential to get the second dose of the vaccine.
සයිනොවැක් සහ සයිනෝෆාම් වගේ අක්‍රිය කරන ලද එන්නත් තුලින් ප්‍රතිශක්තිය ගොඩනැගෙන්නේ දෙවනි මාත්‍රාව ලබා ගත්තට පස්සේ. ඒක නිසා අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ඔබ සයිනෝෆාම් මෙන්නතේ පළවෙනි මාත්‍රාව ලබා ගත්තා නම් එම දෙවනි මාත්‍රාව ලබා ගත යුතුමයි. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔබ තුල සැලකිය යුතු මට්ටමේ ප්‍රතිශක්තිකරණයක් කොවිඩ් රෝගයට එරෙහිව ඇති වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ජූනි මාසයේ දිනේදී එම ස්ථානෙටම ගිහිල්ලා සයිනෝෆාම් මෙන්නතේ දෙවනි මාත්‍රාව ලබා දෙන්න. එහෙම නැති වුණොත් එහෙම අපේ උත්සාහය ගඟට ඉනි කැපුවා වගේ සමානයි.
Meanwhile, vaccination is scheduled to commence at another 12 districts from the 8th on the instructions of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. A decision with governors and provincial health authorities about future vaccination program over Zoom technology took place today, headed by Minister Pavitra Vanyarachi. Steps have been taken to inform about the second dose for the persons who were given to the first dose of the Sinopharm vaccine in Colombo municipal limits through an SMS. The vaccination is scheduled to begin on the 8th. 1,697 have been given the second dose of the Covishield vaccine yesterday. 22,907 have been given the first dose of the Sinopharm vaccine yesterday. 2,296,864 vaccine doses have been given under the vaccination program. 925,242 have been given the first dose of the Covishield vaccine. 53,156 have been given the second dose of the vaccine. 953,480 have been given the first dose of the Sinopharm vaccine. 986 have been given the first dose of the Sputnik V vaccine. Vaccination programs were successfully implemented today. 1,921 COVID patients were found today. 1,172 left hospitals today after recovering from the virus. 175 corona patients were identified following PCR test conducted on 220 persons at Padukka Medical Officers area. Entering an exit of Mathapuram village near Vavuniya town has been banned after finding 31 infected persons. The Director General of Health confirmed yesterday that 40 COVID-related deaths from May 21st to June 5th. Accordingly, a total of 1,696 COVID deaths have been reported from the country. Search operations were conducted today to check whether the travel restrictions are properly implemented. After inspecting vehicles entering Colombo, stickers were pasted which were valid for 24 hours. Police said a new methodology will be introduced for vehicle entering Colombo from tomorrow. Police have arrested 995 for violating health guidelines during the 24 hours ended at 6 a.m. today. Minister Vasudeva Nanayakar says that a grace period will be given for the customers who could not pay water bills on time. A stock of medical equipment received by hospital staff of Colombo National Hospital was donated to 6 hospitals in the Hambantota district on a concept of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. The donation has been made by the US California Hospital Services Foundation. The medical equipment has been donated on a request from Ruhunu Karaliya organization. Distribution of materials and valuing 5,000 rupees for the families of the isolated Biyagama North 280 Gram Dahari divisions commenced today.
Meanwhile, head of National Operations Centre for Prevention of COVID-19 Outbreak and Commander of Sri Lanka Army General Shavendra Silva says that discussions are underway regarding enforced travel restrictions in the country.
As you know that on the 17th of May, when His Excellency the President decided to have a travel restriction in the country with effect 21st to 7th of this month, with 3 extra days that to ease off the travel restrictions on the 25th, 31st and the 4th. This decision was taken on the 17th. Thereafter, time to time, on the 24th, again at the service committee, His Excellency the President decided to extend till without having in between days to continue straight away till 7th. But once again, on the recommendations made by the specialists, who are specialists in this particular field in COVID and also other economic and everything, His Excellency the President decided to extend till on the Monday the 14th OA. So we are coming to a week that by next, this is 14th is the next Monday. So we'll be meeting, even today the expert committee is meeting at the COVID Operations Center, and tomorrow, day after, we are meeting His Excellency the President. So all will be discussed, the current situation, what is the trend as of today, from where we are getting. But as of today, the numbers we are getting 3,103 today are mostly from the exit PCR, not the targeted PCR that we are doing to identify the new cases. As you know that there are as of now, the policy is that when a person is being detected as COVID, his immediate contacts are being put on a quarantine in the house. But the first instance and second instance during the first and the second wave, mostly these people were not affected. But this time, the third variant, it is found that most of these people are getting infected with COVID because this variant is very powerful one and fast spreading. So therefore, most of these people, after 14 days, before they are released to the society, there's another PCR has been done. So these PCRs are done heavily in the country right now, and that is how the most of the numbers have come up. So there are discussions in regard to this, whether this should be extended to 21 days and or whether we should focus for the new to find out the new cases around the country. Things are like that. So that is the reason that we have this number. Whatever the best practices, we will implement what we are doing right now. So we believe that we will take the best decisions, and thereafter, if it is really required, with the recommendations of the all health authorities, the decision will be taken whether it should be lifted or it should be extended. So far, this has not been discussed.
Meanwhile, giving permission for mobile traders who sell milk, eggs and meat productions have been expedited with the intervention of State Minister of Livestock Promotion and Eggs-related industries. The government has paid its attention to the issues faced by the persons in the animal products industry. Due to the present situation in the country, persons and companies engaged in meat products and eggs are facing difficulties. Farms in the northwestern province are producing such products more. It is reported nearly 20 billion eggs have piled up in the area. It has become difficult to keep stocks due to the production of selling. As a solution, the State Ministry of Livestock Promotion, Milk and Eggs-related industries have introduced a program to sell milk-related products, eggs and meat products through mobile vehicles. The necessary permission can be obtained from the Divisional Secretary, District Secretary or from the veterinary doctor's office in the area. The producers will also get the opportunity to purchase animal feed, vitamins and other products needed by the animals. Mobile services are in place to provide essential food items to the people in Colombo and in suburban areas. Meat, eggs and other products were seen to be sold by them.
Samruddhi Development Department says that 1.34 million Samruddhi recipient families have been given the 5,000 rupee allowance. The program commenced on the 2nd. The program to provide the 5,000 rupee allowance for low-income recipients and the people who lost their income during the travel restrictions is successfully implemented. 6,266 Samruddhi recipient families in the Valimada Divisional Secretariat area were given the 5,000 rupee allowance yesterday. Our reporter said that the allowance was given to the elderly and families with disabled persons by visiting their homes. District Secretary S.M. Saman Bandusena said that 23,484 families in the Vaunia district have been given the 5,000 rupees allowance. Providing of the 5,000 rupee allowance at 14 divisional secretariat areas in the Batticaloa district is successfully taking place. Distribution of 5,000 rupees allowance to 6,225 families by visiting their homes in the Manai Pattu divisional secretariat area commenced today. Distribution of 5,000 rupee allowance for some of the recipients commenced today at Mallavapitiya, Millava and Kudakovana divisional secretariat area of the Kurunegala district.
The inauguration ceremony of the projects to build the expressway from New Colony Bridge to Athurugiriya on pillars and flyovers as a solution to heavy traffic congestion in Colombo and Kandy will be held tomorrow at Temple Trees under the patronage of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. It will be telecast live over national television from 11 a.m. tomorrow. The ceremony will be held with the participation of a limited number of people following health protective measures using new technology. The projects are being implemented as a solution for vehicle congestion at main cities in the country, including Colombo. It is the responsibility of the government to provide a road network for the benefit of the people. The Ministry of Highways says that steps were taken to build flyovers as a solution to traffic congestion in Colombo and Kandy. Meanwhile, flyovers are scheduled to be built at Kohwala Junction and Getabe Junction in Kandy. Apart from the flyovers will be built over Slave Island Railway Track, Uttarananda Mawata and another one connecting those two flyovers. A new flyover will also be built connecting Baladaksha Mawata and Chittappala Megadnya Mawata across Beira Lake and Slave Island.
Minister Vasudevanana Kara says that burnt oil has not been mixed to drinking water distributed from Ambatale Water Purification Plant. During a media briefing in Colombo today, he said that the people should not entertain any unnecessary fears to use the water. Few houses at Heyanthudua, Valahena area and a road submerged in water mixed with burnt oil. Marine Pollution Prevention Authority, Navy and Coast Conservation Guard took steps to remove it. It is reported that considerable amount of oil has been removed at present.
Russia says steps will be taken to give the priority and opportunity to Sri Lanka to become a special representative at next International Economic Summit at St. Petersburg in Russia. Russian government representative Stanislav Korolev, who is attending the 24th St. Petersburg Summit in Russia, mentioned this. This was disclosed by Mr. Korolev during a discussion between Sri Lankan government delegation, including Minister Vimal Veeravansha and the Russian government delegation, who are attending the summit at present. He is the Deputy Secretary General of Eurasian Public Council and Deputy Chairman of the Russian Commerce and Industrial Council, Sustainable Management and Environmental Science Committee. Representatives of both the countries are of the view that industries and investments in Sri Lanka can get promoted if Sri Lanka becomes a special representative, since it will get the attention of investors in many countries. Minister Vimal Veeravansha disclosed that steps have been taken to maintain industries under the green concept. The Russian representative has agreed to provide necessary assistance. Mr. Stanislav Korolev said that the government's attention will be drawn to the special request made by Sri Lanka's ambassador Professor M.D. Lamavansha to provide Sputnik V vaccine on the priority basis to Sri Lanka. A group of people, including State Minister Ajit Nivad Cabral, took part in the discussion.
Notices have been issued to the captain, chief engineer and deputy engineer of Express Pearl ship to appear before court tomorrow. Police media spokesman DIG Ajit Rohana said that statements of about 20 persons have been recorded in connection with the accident. A team of Navy drivers consisting of senior officials made a special diving operation to inspect about any oil leak from the fuel tank of the ship. Due to the prevailing inclement weather situation, the Navy is scheduled to conduct an operation tomorrow as well. Carcasses of 3 turtles and a fish had been washed ashore to 2 places on the Mutwal coastal belt at Goal, Koskodaduwa. A carcass of dolphin was found on the Kaikavala coastal belt at Induruwa, Hikkaduwa. Wildlife officials conducted investigations into the dead marine life. Meanwhile, 4 carcasses of turtles and fish had been washed ashore at several other areas. Among them were 2 ailing turtles. They were seen at Vaduwa, Talpitiya, Angulana, Bahina, Totupala, Mount Lavinia and the Hibal areas. A group of representatives of Singhale organization along with several experts made an observational tour of Nigambo, Sarakukanda coastal belt today to look into the environmental damage caused by the ship accident. Meanwhile, Minister Bandula Gunawardena made an observation tour today at Hambantota Salton to look into the salt production process.
And with that, we conclude tonight's news. Do it just tomorrow at the very same time. Stay safe. Good night.
Good night.